This is an announcement of all the good people that are cooperating to get this affiliate of EWTN off the ground. It would help us enormously if you tickle the mighty monster of social media by clicking that you like this video, of course if you really like it, or becoming a member of the YouTube channel or becoming a follower on our Facebook page. It would help us. And it would also speeden up the development of this affiliate. And of course, if all goes well, you will see many more people on this channel, not just me. Last time we had a first look at the third novena, signifying the foundation of the world. God has created the angels not as simple spirits to whom he was to reveal himself, but also he put them in a certain order, where they could exchange information about God's wisdom and about God's works in a material universe, where God has a very special intention to accomplish. Namely, he wants to share his glory with a creature in a way he cannot share it with angels. This creature, as you might have guessed, is us, the human species. The angels were laid down as a foundation. They are facilitating God's works of wisdom in man, but never initiating or finalizing them. That is a personal matter between God and man. Now, let's have a look at the seventh novena. The first difference between the fourth and the seventh novena is the movement of the text of the Apocalypse. The fourth novena that we have seen last time is described from top to bottom, from the seraphim to the angels. It is a descending movement. The seventh novena, we'll see now, follows an ascending movement. It starts with the order of the angels and ends with the order of the seraphim. You could say the candles of the novena are lit in the reverse order. The layout of the seventh novena is quite symmetric. In the center we see the Son of Man arriving on a white cloud. This means that Jesus Christ judges us, not simply because he is God, but through his humanity, by means of his so-called becoming flesh. As a divine person, he has taken up the human flesh into his mystery, into his glory. And by that, he judges us. The first candle of the novena, representing the realm of the common angels who deal with individual human beings, we see on Mount Zion the Lamb and a crowd of 144,000. This is the mystery of individual holiness, to which all the baptized are called. It is the fulfillment in the human individual of divine promises, of purity, of love, of joy, of truth. It is what the Apocalypse calls immaculacy. The final candle in the realm of the seraphim shows a winepress producing an astonishing amount of blood. This shows how both the root and the fulfillment of the divine judgment are in the shedding of blood for the sake of a marriage. The gap between these three is bridged by two sequences of three angels. In the realm of the archangels, we see the ultimate meaning of the gospel. It's the announcement of divine judgment. In the realm of the chiefs, we see for the first time a phenomenon that will be treated extensively later on, namely the city Babylon. Strangely, the angel proclaims that Babylon has been judged already, even before the Son of Man arrives. It shows how mysteriously there is a civilization or a tendency within civilization where man collectively chooses to condemn himself. The order between crime and punishment is confused. Crime is punishing yourself, and that self-condemnation even unites people. Babylon is a kind of symbolic city where man denies himself to be pardoned, but chooses and continues to choose to punish himself. The third angel shouts about a kind of retribution, where smoke reaches eternity. That's in fact quite hopeful. It means suffering in time can be useful for eternity, because there is no vanity in eternity. This third angel in fact proposes to repent and do penance. And he also proposes to pray for the souls in purgatory. Immediately after the arrival of the Son of Man, we see an angel calling for the harvest. This is the realm of the lordships between heaven and earth. This is the great frontier where the gates are only open for souls that are justified. This is the place of the ultimate necessity, like the harvest is necessary for the bread, and bread is necessary for life. With the Word becoming flesh, and the bread of life giving his own flesh to be eaten, the history of the universe has reached a point of no return. Here the souls accepting grace and the souls refusing grace separate, each one going its own way. Next, an angel is seen with a sickle. But who does he represent? Who can be associated in a particular way to the singular divine judgment? It's a question that remains for the moment. This angel is followed by another angel, and with impatient passion he announces, more than a harvest of necessity, a vintage of superabundance. Bread is necessary for living, wine is for celebrating love. Thus follows the conclusion in the realm of the seraphim. The ultimate divine rage is related to the final mercy. The divine fatherly mercy desires to end in a spousal communion. So we see that the seventh novena, about a harvest and a vintage, in fact represents the end of the world, whereas the fourth novena represents the foundation of the world. Next time I will briefly answer a few questions of people who have been watching these videos. After that, we will continue this summary, this first synopsis of the Apocalypse.